What's going on, everybody? My name is Brian, and welcome back to another reaction. Today, guys, we are taking a look at one of my favorite series. One of my favorite series to react to so far, and that is Nashville. This is Nashville Season 1, Episode 3. It is called Someday You'll Call My Name. Guys, just a little recap from what we've seen so far. Now, we are following Raina. Raina is a music legend, and she is not as popular as she once was. She's been asked to go on tour with this up-and-coming country artist named Juliet, who is becoming really popular in the music scene. And again, Raina is a legend, so she kind of doesn't want to do that. So she kind of gives the label a little bit of a hassle about it. And the label comes to the label pretty much comes up with another solution for her to, try to make money on tour that we kind of figured out in the first season. She's losing money because she isn't as popular as she once was. So the label pretty much asks if she could do more music with Deacon. Deacon is one of also the main characters of this show. And we kind of figured out from what we've seen so far, Deacon and Raina used to have some history together. They used to be lovers, make great music together, and also used to be, I guess Deacon used to be part of her band. They used to actually make great, music and things like that. We also are following a beautiful young lady. Her name is Scarlett. If you guys seen my last episode, I kind of got her name wrong. I said her name was Alyssa, and that's completely my bad, guys. But her name is Scarlett. Scarlett is dating this guy who is in a band. His name is Avery, and he's not as popular. He's actually not popular, period. They moved to Nashville. Avery kind of wanted to pursue a music career, but it's just not quite taking off. And Scarlett kind of is like she likes to write poems. From what we've seen so far, she likes to write poems, and she so happened to she works at this coffee place. Some coffee place, and this guy named Gunner, I guess, is some kind of guy who has a band for himself, I guess, and he kind of was just talking to her, read her book, and noticed that her poetry sounds really good. And Gunner had this idea of like pretty much making her poetry into music, into song. And he kind of does that for her. He kind of went back to create some music for her from what she's written in those poems. And they kind of have this moment where they get together on stage and they end up singing in front of a little bit of people, but in the crowd with a little bit of those people was kind of like the manager of Raina and Deacon here. And he kind of really liked how she sounds. Well, not kind of like, he really liked the way she sounds. And he kind of offered her to cut a demo. And I'm pretty sure a demo is pretty much like, just pretty much, we're going to record a few songs. We're going to get your voice heard. We're going to get you out there. This isn't going to be like an actual, like, something that's going towards an album. Is just kind of like a tryout is what I kind of got the idea of what a demo is. And that's pretty much what we saw from the last episode, guys. I'm really pumped. As you guys can probably tell, the series is awesome. I really like the music. The characters are amazing, and I can't wait to continue to watch and react this with you guys. If you guys are super pumped like I am, go ahead and hit the like button, leave a comment, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. Also, head over to Patreon to get early access videos and reactions. And without further ado, guys, let's get on this journey with Nashville, and let's continue watching this. Also, one thing I forgot to say is Raina's husband is running kind of like for office to be mayor of Nashville.
What is going on with getting Deacon Claiborne on my tour?
It's probably not gonna happen. He and Raina all but launched their tour last night at the Bluebird.
Glenn, I want him.
Hey, Deacon.
Hey, Wally.
Juliet Barnes' manager's been calling about the tour.
Well, tell Glenn the answer is still no.
All right.
I'm afraid to go.
Hey.
Sorry. Didn't know I was interrupting. You are just as valuable to her as she is to you. Alone, she can sell out one night at the Garden. Together, you sell out 3.
Well, you know
That's what I'm saying. I think Raina should totally just do it.
Well, there's
Just
always
join
borrowing
her.
money from your daddy.
It's okay. You had a good run.
Baby. Okay.
Oh no.
Hey, why don't you come talk to me for a second? How you doing, all right?
Yeah, I just want to talk to my daughter. I've come a really long way. I want to tell you things that's been going on.
Deacon, it's me. We're in the studio and we're choosing tracks for the album. So if you want Undermine on it, we really have to record it today.
I mean, Deacon could like I'm pretty sure he could like record the song with her, but still go on tour with Raina, right?
Recorded right here.
On this very...
All right, so, actually pretty easy. I thought we'd just start by, you know, going deep and starting with some of those early ones stripped down, like, Don't Leave Without Me. That could be us.
What if we were to just throw it on its ear and something completely different? Focus on the big songs, like Already Gone or Last Stand, you know.
So was Raina and Deacon like
take a deep
were they like a band together,
No rush.
or
I'm sorry,
did
it sounds like I'm hearing myself from across the room.
was
You'll get
Deacon like
used to it,
working
though.
for Raina,
Just
like as
a
a
little
backup
Okay.
vocalist or guitar player?
Sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
No, I mean,
Mr. White, I'm so sorry for wasting your time.
you didn't. It's all right.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Now with us to the talent show.
Honey, you put that right down. It's worth more than
Oh, the
a college
girls must have a
education.
show. The two girls.
I got it. All right, you want to stick that here? I'll take the
Well, at least we know the bigger one has a talent show.
Anyone
With the
lucky enough to
glasses.
been at the Bluebird last night heard an amazing performance.
Hey! Hey, wait up!
Oh, poor
Sorry I
Scarlett.
screwed this up for us.
You're all
You
right.
stop saying sorry you didn't.
You don't have to be nice about it. I know I blew it.
No, honestly, you didn't. Why did you just told me he's still gonna give our stuff to a publisher?
It says I can't release a new record unless it's a best of. I can't tour until after your election. Unless you win, in which case I can't go out on tour until the second half of your term. Unless you're running for re-election, which means that year my tour dates have to be limited to no more than 15 venues.
I'm not sure how you say Hayden's last name, Hayden Terry, something like that. But yo, she surprised me. I didn't know she was a singer. Hell yeah, I like that song. I could rock to it. Why y'all look like y'all don't like it though? You don't like
This
it?
song comes from somewhere, right? Who's that last verse about?
No one.
Pretty emotional song about no one.
My mom.
Mom, we really have to go.
It's Billy.
What's he say?
He can meet tomorrow.
Oh, thank the Lord. Okay, let's go. Where are you going?
Oh, her dad came.
Pretty.
Go home. Go to hell. Don't you stay here.
I mean, I know he's probably not a good father, but I would never tell my father to not be there for his grandkids' possibly big moment. I wouldn't tell her, or I wouldn't tell my grandfather, or I wouldn't tell my father to do that to his grandkids.
That's because I'm irresistible.
But I'm sure she has reason to.
That's it.
That's the type of music he used to make with Raina back in the days.
That could be just the beginning.
She's probably what Raina was back then. Yo, isn't that Juliet's song? Right? That's Juliet's song.
They're amazing.
I may be wrong, guys, but I'm pretty sure that is Juliet's song.
Mom had a friend, a singer-songwriter friend.
You mean like an affair? You've been absent my whole life, except for being just furious at me for the choices that I've made, for the road that I've gone down.
Maybe
You
Raina
have never been
reminds
supportive.
him
and
so
I've
much of
never
his
understood why.
ex-wife.
Unless I'm mistaken.
I could
I
totally
did
see
pay
that.
for your first record, didn't I? I mean, some people might call that supportive.
Mom, I'm your mama.
You've got to go home. You can't just show up here like this.
Baby, I'm clean. I swear to God. Every 2 weeks, I'm clean.
Come on, I've heard that a million times.
I actually wouldn't mind seeing these two together. At first, I was kind of like weird about it. I thought like maybe Deacon might be a little too old, but I like Deacon though. Deacon is pretty cool, and you kind of see why she is Juliet the way she is. So I'm not even upset with her.
We're backlogged a little. Our friends, the feds, decided to waste everyone's time with an audit.
An audit?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
How far back?
All the way back to 08.
No, would you please stop? Don't make me do
Alright,
this. It was
Avery.
horrible. I was horrible.
It's not possible.
Awful. Ask Gunner. Everybody
Okay,
was
I like
there.
you. I like you, Avery.
Scarlett, they
At first, I thought he was gonna be
everyone
a
was
dick
staring
about
at
it
the
because she
Bluebird.
was getting like
just
all
fine.
this
Felt
like
completely different.
all this like attention from Mr. White.
Everybody who's in.
Come on, forget about doing it for yourself.
Hell yeah. I thought Avery was like not with it at first. I'm cool with it.
The bad news is that your mom got picked up downtown near the bus depot. Apparently she got into some kind of altercation, stole some food, I don't know. They found a handful of oxy on her. Now look, I know
Damn,
that
she
this
still
is probably
has
the
some
last
drugs.
place that you want her.
And I'm trying to do the right thing, but none of it feels right to me.
Okay.
Man, she's just going through a lot of shit, man.
You're a hard girl to say no to.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
But I'm
He's
gonna
going-
have to.
Oh, I thought he was going to go on tour with her.
Well, I hope she's worth what you're giving up.
It's hard, though, when there's history involved, guys. You got history with someone? Gunner must like her. Gunner, however you say his name. Oh, wow, she asked her to come. I wouldn't, though, because she still lied to me. She still had drugs on her when she said she didn't.
We didn't officially meet. Avery Barker.
Oh, okay. But hopefully he doesn't do that just to, like... Hopefully he doesn't, like, try to come around just to get close to Mr. White there. Juliet, no! Juliet, why? You got money, girl. No, you know that they seen you. Oh my gosh. Oh no. And that's it for that episode, guys. That was season 1, episode 3 of Nashville. It is called Someday You'll Call My Name. Guys, we've seen a lot of things happen in this episode. A really good episode. Before we get into that, I would like to say that I give this a pretty strong 9. I thought this was a really great episode. We went through a lot of things. We kind of got to know a lot more about Juliet and her past. We kind of see like what her relationship with her mother is like. And let's just go ahead and go over it. Let's talk about it together. So we're going to start off pretty much here at the beginning here. Miss Juliet speaking with her manager, just pretty much letting her know that she really wants Deacon on board. She has this song that they wrote together. Well, that she wrote. Well, they kind of both co-wrote together, but she wants to put this song on her album with Deacon and she wants to put this song with Deacon, and she kind of like is waiting for him to give her an answer. She also wants him to go on tour, which he also delayed an answer on that as well. So she speaks to her manager here to pretty much say, hey, we need to get caught up. We need to see what Deacon wants to do. And we kind of get a little glimpse at Raina here, pretty much being a mom. We see what her life is like outside of her music career. She's getting her girls ready for school. Her husband pretty much has to meet with somebody very important to pretty much establish like it's pretty much to help them out in a way for his election, I guess. Deacon gets this call from Raina because she's just going through it. Deacon calls Raina. But Raina kind of shuts him down. Now remember, this is coming from the last episode. Now, the last episode, they kind of went to the Bluebird Cafe and they kind of had a moment together where they sang one of the songs that they sang together from way back in the day. But obviously, this song is like a love song, a song that they wrote when they were possibly in love, possibly when they had a lot of love for each other. So they kind of had like a little bit of an intimate moment there singing in the last episode. So this is kind of like the next day. Deacon calls Raina, but you kind of see like a little bit of, she's kind of like her emotions is kind of everywhere. She doesn't really want to like speak to Deacon. Not that it's like in a bad way where she doesn't want to like just talk to him. Just kind of like, she's just kind of like, just pushing him a little bit just because she doesn't know like with her feelings, how she's feeling at the moment. we got Gunner here, and Scarlett. Again, remember, guys, I called her Alyssa the last episode, so my bad on that. But her name is Scarlett. We got Scarlett and Gunner here. They're pretty much just talking with each other. They're just trying to get the sound right because this is the day before they have to meet with Mr. White to cut this demo, try to get their name out there, pretty much heard, and try to hopefully become stars someday. And as they're singing pretty close to each other. Avery comes in. He seems like he's a little, I won't say jealous. I mean, he just threw the keys down. He threw the keys down really like loud and hard to the point where they can know he's there. I don't think he was jealous, at least not at this moment. But he wanted to pretty much let himself be known that he was pretty much there. Juliet gets this call from her mom, pretty much saying that she wants to hang out. Actually, she gets a call from her security. She gets a call from her security saying, hey, your mom's out here. She's asking for you, and she's asking for money. So Juliet comes and tries to speak with her and just tells her, like, you got to get lost. You lost yourself into this addiction with drugs and all this nonsense that she just kind of didn't want to really bother with her mother. And it's very understandable. I mean, I'm sure someone battling addiction is not a fun, I guess, topic or a fun experience with someone, especially someone like your parents. I don't know personally, but I just could imagine how hurt Juliet must feel. Juliet's in the studio. She's talking with her management team, and once again, she wants Deacon really bad to come join her on tour, also to do this song. So she speaks with her manager and says, hey, is there anything possible that you could do to get Deacon on board? Also keep my mother away. I don't want her to be around any of this. She's no good for us. And her manager pretty much says, last time I spoke to Deacon, he kind of just didn't want to join. He said he pretty much had other commitments, so that he wasn't really going to be able to have the time to really commit to do it. Juliet gets a little upset, not crazy upset, but she gets a little upset, calls Deacon herself, leaves a little message saying, hey, we need to get this going. And then in the next scene, we pretty much see Scarlett and Gunner here. This is their big moment. This is their moment where they're singing for Mr. White, he's somebody who pretty much discovers talent. So he's trying to cut this demo for them and send it out to these labels. I'm pretty sure some guys in labels to help them get pretty much known. And she gets nervous. She's kind of like off tune. I think that's how you would say it if you're not really singing like on tune, like on beat, like when you're supposed to go. So she's really jumpy. She's really nervous. Gunner kind of sees it in her face. Mr. White says, you know what, guys, don't worry about it. Just take a break. We'll figure this out another time. Just don't worry about it. And he kind of pulls Gunner to the side and talks to him and says, hey, I really want to cut this demo with you guys. But he kind of says, like, we could bring another chick in pretty much to do the song. Like, we don't kind of need Scarlett, which I kind of thought he wanted Scarlett specifically. I didn't think he wanted Gunner like at all, but he kind of pulls him to the sides and lets him know that. And Gunner talks to her and he pretty much tells her what he said. He tells her, listen, it's okay if you're not comfortable with doing this. We could get somebody else, which is not the ideal. I don't know. Again, in the beginning, Scarlett isn't really trying to pursue a music career. She moved to Nashville with her boyfriend. Her boyfriend is Avery. He's the long-haired guy. If you guys remember from the last episode, we saw that he was in a band, and we found out that Avery is pretty much trying to pretty much become a musician himself. And we kind of see that he's not really known. We see he's not like a known artist. And she kind of got lucky here. She got lucky singing at the her place of work, the Bluebird Coffee's place. And Mr. Wyatt just so happened to be there. So she kind of caught a lucky break. But then, again, Gunner lets her know that it's okay if you don't want to do this. We could get someone else. And I kind of feel like, I don't know how she felt about it. I wasn't sure if she like kind of like was cool with that, or if she kind of was like, whatever, like, screw it. Like, I don't care. So I wasn't sure how to feel about that like moment there. We come to see that Deacon ends up going to Juliet. Now, remember, Juliet throughout this whole episode was pretty much just saying, hey, Deacon, I really want to have you on my tour, but we got this song that we pretty much wrote together. I believe it was 2 episodes back. And she kind of wanted to record it. She wants to record it. She wants to put it on her album. And again, Deacon wasn't really sure what he wanted to do. So she ends up going to the studio, and I'm sure she was ready to record the song herself, because Deacon ends up going into the studio, and she kind of had this like surprised look on her face, like, oh, okay. She was like, kind of like, oh, okay, you're here. Let's do this. Let's make the song. So they make the song. Afterwards, they all they're sitting down together after creating this song, and Deacon pretty much tells her, like, you know, normally when you write a song, it comes from a feeling. It comes from an emotional place, somewhere you've been kind of like in your life. So he kind of asks her, he's like, you know, the last verse of the song, who was it about? And you kind of see a little bit of her softer side. You kind of see that Juliet, because she says that the line that she referenced in the song was dedicated kind of like to her mother. She kind of said it, she wrote that for her. And you kind of see the sad, like, you see her sensitive side. You see kind of why Juliet is the way she is. And again, I kind of thought she was just like, she was really rude to start off. So I wasn't sure what her angle was, you know. I really wasn't sure like what she was trying to do. I wasn't sure if she wanted to just eliminate Arena as competition. I wasn't sure if she just really liked Deacon. I wasn't sure what her move is. But you kind of see kind of like why she is the way she is. Her mom, again, is on drugs. So she kind of just had to do a lot of things on her own. So she's really like mentally strong. We got to see Raina's daughters perform at this talent show. You guys tell me below in the comments. I'm pretty sure that the song that they were singing was Juliet's song. I'm pretty sure that's the song she was recording. I'm not sure if it was the one she like did the music video for at their school. But I'm pretty sure that was her song. I may be wrong, but you guys let me know in the comments below, just in case if I'm right or wrong. Again, so these guys here, the two girls, they were doing a talent show, and they were just pretty much performing here. We got Raina and her sister. Raina pretty much talks with, or her sister actually talks with Raina and just lets her know. Well, actually, Raina has a question that she asks her sister. She's like, why does our dad just like, why is he like kind of like the way he is? Like, why does he not support my music career and just always treats me this kind of way? So the older sister, I'm pretty sure she's the older sister. Yeah, I'm not sure what her name is, but I'm pretty sure this is her older sister. Now, she pretty much says, listen, Raina, our mom pretty much was she fell in love with a songwriter, and we come to find out that their mom had an affair on their father. And that kind of took Raina by surprise. She didn't know about the affair that happened that lasted pretty much until their mom died. The older sister, I'm pretty sure she is the oldest. She pretty much says that our mom pretty much cheated on our father for about 10 years, all the way up until she died. And you kind of see that the father was kind of upset about that, because Raina goes over to talk to him, and she pretty much, well, I kind of felt like she wanted to apologize, but then you kind of still see that the dad becomes like a little bit of a dick. He says some pretty smart comments to her about like the music business side of it, of her career and things like that. But yeah, he was very upset. He was upset and hurt because of the mom pretty much cheating on him. So I kind of see why the dad is the way he is, because he doesn't want Raina to continue to perform. He wants her to just be a stay-at-home mom. Remember, her husband's running for office. So he's like, you should just stay home. You should just stay home and don't worry about going on tour and things like that. But I guess Raina must have something bigger in her mind. Like she must want to prove, I guess, something to people. I don't know. Juliet gets this call from her security guards. Her mom finds her. Well, I'm sure she knew where she lived, but her mom comes to the house. The mom's trying to go inside the house. As you see, she's outside the gate. She just wanted to talk to Juliet and just let her know. In the very first episode, we see that Juliet's mother is dating this guy who doesn't look like he's really good. He looks like he may be into some some kind of like things with drugs related as well, because I mean the mom is hooked on drugs, and if her boyfriend isn't hooked on drugs, then what the hell is this guy doing not trying to help his woman get off drugs? So I'm assuming that her boyfriend was on drugs. So she comes to Juliet's home, and she comes to Juliet's home, and she pretty much begs her. She's like, "Hey, Juliet, I got nowhere to go. her boyfriend took all her money, which was just $100. She didn't really have that much money to her name. And she said that she's been clean, as in sober, for like about 2 weeks. And she just begging to get pretty much somewhere to stay. She doesn't have anywhere to go. Juliet turns her back on her, and Juliet says, "You know what? I can't bring you here because where were you when I needed you?" You know, and she just had so much hurt emotions and things and such of that nature. And her mom just must have just let her down so many times in her life. So she just was fed up, and she said she couldn't let her come in pretty much. Avery, we get to Avery. Avery gets home. Now remember, he spoke to Gutter at the bar, and Gutter was saying how pretty much Scarlett was pretty nervous. She was nervous. He thinks that she was just overthinking things in the sense of, now remember, Avery wants to be a musician. So Gunner pretty much says that he thinks that Scarlett was just thinking too much about kind of like your situation, thinking about you, Avery, and she couldn't really get over this like hump to pretty much get the song done. So Avery kind of pulls her aside and tries to have a moment with her. He talks to her and he says, "Listen, Mr. White here is giving you a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's not every day where you could just have somebody discover you and try to help you pursue a music career." And this is awesome to me. I thought this was cool from Avery, because at first I thought we were going to see Avery be like a dick and be like super jealous at Scarlett for pretty much getting this blessed opportunity. But we got a cool moment here. We got Avery. He talks with Scarlett and he's like, "Hey, you could do this. You could do this. Don't overthink anything." And he's like, "If you need me to pretty much be there with you in the studio just to help you get over this and get comfortable and just be able to create this song, I will be there for you." And that's what he does. Thankfully, he ends up doing that, and that's an amazing. That showed me a lot of character from him. Like, I thought he again was gonna be a dick. I thought he was gonna just be like, "Oh, screw this. I can't believe you got this," without even trying, you know. Raina pretty much calls Deacon here. She needs to have a little moment, and the moment that she says here is she pretty much apologizes to him. She pretty much says sorry for the way she's been acting. She just has so much things on her mind, and you could tell that her mind and her heart is in two different places. And Deacon kind of just gets up and walks away. He seems like he was just a little upset. And then we get back to the final scene here, guys. The final scene, we pretty much see Gunner and Scarlett. They nail it. They nail it out the park. They do the song. And of course, Avery was there. He was there. He introduced himself to Mr. White, which I thought was pretty interesting. I wonder if he's going to possibly eventually try to talk to Mr. White. Tell him, "Hey, I'm in a band as well. I could make music also," and things in that nature, which I think that would be pretty cool, I guess. Hopefully he doesn't overdo it. That's just my prediction on what I think is going to happen. But he did introduce himself. Oh, and then honestly, this is actually the last scene here, guys. Remember, now we see Scarlett. She's just here shopping, I'm sorry, Juliet, not Scarlett. Juliet's here shopping. She seemed to be just doing everything normal, but then she notices these group of girls who are looking at her, and she decides to steal nail polish. Now, I'm not sure if this is like an act, as in she kind of like wanted them to do this. Like, I wasn't sure if she wanted this kind of attention, but she ends up stealing this nail polish, which is kind of like something her mom would possibly do. Remember, her mom was stealing money. She was stealing any and everything that she could think of. So yeah, that's how it ends here. And I don't know what to think about that. I'm a little, because I feel for Juliet, you know, like I like Juliet as a character, and it's just crazy to see that a little like split second, we have a little split second image of her acting like her mom here. So it completely threw me off. I didn't expect to see that at all. But again, guys, I rate this episode a 9. I think it was a pretty good episode. I really enjoyed myself. As you guys know, I love the music. The characters is awesome. And I'm super excited to keep going on with this series. I can't wait to watch the next episode. And hopefully you guys as well. So if you guys are enjoying this, be sure to go ahead and just come follow me. And we could continue to watch the show together. And as I always say, we'll continue to grow. We'll continue to find ways to communicate with each other and see what we could talk about Nashville. I really like this show, guys. And I hope you guys are enjoying the reactions. Until then, I'll see you next time.